Hey, what's happening? This is Kate, and I run Traders Colony. I'm not here to sell you anything, just here to provide some value to you. Well, or at least try to bring you this video in the hopes that it's of some kind of value to you. So, today we have seen OSEI or Ocean, OSEA, OCAI. And over the last couple of weeks, we have been seeing a lot of ramp ups, like a lot of stocks ramping up during pre-market hours and then just fading into the open, not any type of follow through. And I'm going to try to show a couple of images all throughout this video just for you to see. So the last 2 weeks, we've seen that kind of stuff. We share the same thing over the Discord. Hey, I've seen this pre-market runners, but they just don't hold. They just fade right after the opening bell. They just fade and they have those washouts. So one quote that is very interesting to me that I heard from somebody else, can't recall exactly who it was, but it say, if you wanna be in the market and you wanna make money in the market, you can't be in the market just on the good days. You have to be there every single day. Over the last 2 weeks, this is actually the third week, and there was another name. Can't remember the name, but I'll find it. I'm pretty sure I'll find it. Go through all the conversations of the Discord to find it and bring you the image there. All throughout the last 2 weeks, and now this is the third week, we have seen these things push up and just run back down, and no holding. I've personally have been taking a couple of paper cuts, putting some shares into the first push on top of the VWAPs, looking for retests of the prior highs, follow through moves on support. And I personally was scanning last night and saw this name, but I didn't think much of it. I just saw this drop from the 15s, right? Pretty much this zone close to the 15 was the high of this 14.21 basically, all the way to the $2 change, maybe $3 area, right? So I didn't really think much of it. But this morning, coming into the pre-market hours, they announced something huge. They announced that they were able to develop something to kill some bad cells in the lungs, and it was a 90% effective thing. So that being said, this thing was a little bit tricky for me personally this morning, and this is what I'm trying to say is, you can't really let your idea get biased, or you cannot cloud yourself. Don't be biased, don't get clouded with ideas, and just go with the news. Every single case is very different. Every single stock is really different, and what really matters is what the market reaction is to the news. Not necessarily only the news, but what the market reaction is to the news. And so today, this morning, even if it was a small share size, a lot of people treated this thing in the Discord, and actually it was a pretty decent day. So if you notice here, it started to consolidate around the VWAP and held at 50 on the 1 minute. With a high here, you see this little base around the 525, 524 area, ramping up, and the prior high on the pre-market hours was $6.88. Coming here to consolidate really close to the VWAP. You probably saw the price action during the day. There was really not a lot of things to do. You couldn't really get in much if you were not inside already. And what I like to do personally, this is what I do. When it comes to this stuff like that, I don't like to go full size and on place and things like that. I used to do it, but then I find it to be a little bit of risk involved, and obviously there's risk involved in everything. But what I have adjusted my share size over the last couple of weeks because it was just not working out. And so what I like doing is putting a small size just to see how things work out, and if I need to add something else, then I just add into the position. And so here you see how it was holding. It was holding around this area, the prior resistance on the pre-market hours is 588. You can see the high of this candle, 585. So there was a lot of shares going through in this candle here, and it held the view app and pushed right through. So you can see this prior resistance broken and going to a high of 747, right? Then it resumed and he opened right here of $8.12, dropped to 757, which is actually 10 seconds away from the high of this candle, and then push right back up, pull back, and gives us this nice little baseline support here, bringing us high highs. So it gives us this nice little flag on this 1 minute time frame, right? And then it breaks through it to, again, then gives $9.39. Let's bring it a little closer. Yeah, now you can see exactly what happened. But gets halted, no pullback on the holds. This one pretty much held that low of this, the prior high, which was 890, and then 890, 840, and the high of this one was 939. So by a penny it held. Pull back a little bit, retest this area, push up again, hold it again, and then resumes and holds, resumes and holds, resumes and holds. Really not a lot of time for you to jump in. If you see this stepper here, pretty much just resumes and holds. By the last time that he was trading around this base here, this zone, it really started to hold and give us a little bit of a base support. Now being a little bit less volatile, because now the share size that people were putting in was not as much, and it lost a little bit of the volatility that it had. And you can see how it went to a high here of today's candle was 26.60. So basically started trading around the $6, and he went to the high here of 26.60 before it's actually pulled back. One thing that I will do into tomorrow is to keep an eye on it for the second day push. You can definitely give us another push. You can see there's a little base here, how it started to go, and it has started to consolidate under the view app. And so that's one thing that actually calls my attention. I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on it. But this one name today ran from the first print pretty much over 200%, definitely over 200%. Let's just take a look here. 410%. A 410% from the first print, pretty much. Being conservative, because the first print was down here, right? So if you take the low of 432 and you bring it to the high of day of the $26, it's more than actually 400 and change percent. Let's see how much. 508%. Very conservative. 508%. 508.56. So it's a great runner. It's great to see this kind of action in the market. Over the last couple of weeks, we have not seen this, and most of the names that have actually run up have been fading. One other name that I took a trade of today was also this other name, because they had a agreement with Mercedes-Benz today. You can see this, how he held here. It looks a little bit of a head and shoulders on the 1 minute. So you have a shoulder, a head, neckline, and another shoulder coming down and just breaking under just to follow through. But this thing had news yesterday as an agreement and partnership with Mercedes-Benz. And this is another name that I'm gonna definitely keep an eye on, because it started to consolidate around this zone. If you see it right here on the 5 minutes, right? So I think that there might be a possibility now that we have this doji, that it's just getting ready to give us another decent move up, and this is the name of the news came out. Now it started to consolidate, and if it's able to break the resistance here on the high of 790, I think we might end up having a decent possibility for another leg up on the daily, and give us another decent gain on the day. So yeah, I just wanted to bring you this thing again. If you want to be in the market for the good days, you gotta be in the market every day. This is a nice quote that I listened, somebody else said it. It's not my quote, but I thought it was really interesting, and I just wanted to bring you the video. I thought it could help other people, and me personally, like I said to you, was really tricky trading this one today, because I've been taking paper cuts every single day, trying to hold on the support on the view app of the pre-market hours, because I like to do that. I like to get around support for the view app for the second push, and go for the retest of the pre-market highs. But it has not been working, and when things don't work, we just gotta adjust. And today I put a small size, ended up working well. And one thing that I like to do is just adjust and see what I can do, what I have. But every single trade, every single idea, every single stock, and every single news is a different case. So adjust, be willing to take the risk, take the consequences for the risk, be okay with being wrong, and if you're wrong, just cut them off. But you know, if you want to be in the market for the good days, you got to be in the market every day. For now, I'll let you guys go. Happy trading and stay green.